Good afternoon and welcome back to Baryonic Predicament, the mod made by Miigga. This is part 3 of Wave Talks, and I'm playing through the last section of this map and just sort of talking about the gameplay, some of the features that you can see, some of the visuals, just the general kind of design stuff that I spot along the way, to hopefully help you and other mappers. It's a great mod. This last little section has probably one of my favourite combat arenas in there, which you'll see soon enough. This last little section, this little puzzle segment, we've got to figure out where you're going, is really well designed. It's a beautiful looking area as well, lots of variety and lighting. But texturing wise, it still feels like a kind of a place still somehow, despite it being a very abstract location, which is just sort of an underground cavern filled with, you know, human goodies and stuff, which is not what you normally see. But this last little section is really well designed, and we're going to have a little look now at this next puzzle section. We come to this, we press the button, and we know this crank is going to do something. There's nothing to pull at the moment, so if we head over here, we can find ourselves a doohickey here. We're going to place on here. Now, again, this is one of those that thankfully snaps into place. You can imagine if this did not snap, this kind of puzzle would not work very well. It would be very frustrating for the player. So that gives us access to the vent around here. And what's nice is we can already see the goal. We're going to be heading towards this button that we're going to be pressing to move the map forward. We hear something's powered down. We don't know what it is yet. We can probably guess it's going to be the shield, which again is kind of a useful thing that the player has seen that shield on their previous walk around. Can I get up here this way? I can. Squish them. Little buggers. So of course, yeah, the shield has been lowered. There's still more goodies to find in all these little hidden areas, which I think is really nice. The map has a really clear and obvious path of where to go. Big light over there, heading over there. You can see this is a dead end, so you can be going up here, but you can tell that this place can be explored. There's spaces around here. You could have put a goodie around here, but goodies are chosen to be over there instead. And again, this is just kind of nice that it gives you the options of there's various places to check, but not everything gives you a reward. I think if you give a player rewards constantly, the player may just kind of stop when they go, oh yeah, there'll be a reward around there. Let's not bother. But when you make, let's say, 30% of the time there'll be rewards, it makes it a little more rewarding to search for things. You'll see here we've got these two batons, these two containers, these silos. We're going to jump on these to head over to the other side. Actually, we're not going to slip. Classic. Potentially the kind of thing you put player clipping on, but again, you can just kind of cheese it by running on the beam, I guess, or just jumping at the right time. You played the RTBR Division 3, the map I worked on in that one has that issue too, which is not the funnest of ones to run into, but isn't the worst. We've got another force field here blocking our way forward. We have got a little path over here that we can explore as well. We'll find another force field that we can't travel through just yet. We can tell there's going to be more force fields we've got to close, which is really nicely done. And of course, the classic wire we can follow along, or we can just find the alternative path. You know, it's been nicely laid out that there is very few options, but there's enough options to make the player feel like they're thinking and they're discovering something for themselves. Here's another fun puzzle. The raven dies, and then the zombies die. And as you can see from the danger signs, this here will kill the player. Let's just prove that one by saving a new game. Dead. Of course, we're given a few barrels here, and we can kind of guess from here what the puzzle is going to be. Use the barrel to block the laser beam. The barrel does have, like, it has a bit of force to it, so you do have to actually hold the laser beam there, which is not a major problem. But it is a way you have to do, and you have got plenty of barrels. I think you could probably potentially ruin the puzzle by throwing all the barrels off the edge. Yeah, it's an interesting puzzle with the way that it works, the force of it. Yeah, you could probably fail it by throwing everything off and then going through. But again, this is the kind of thing you can't prevent. You can't fully foolproof your level. There'll always be something stupid the human beings will do if they feel like it. Like getting yourself caught when there's a bunch of outlines around you. Well, that was ridiculous. That's why there was SMG ammo over here. Well, you know, sometimes it's just be stupid, you know? Any more there? There we go. Now, other than that appalling feat, having played this mod like 2 or 3 times now, that's the worst I've come out of that fight. So that's a shame. But we do have plenty more that we can use to restore our health, so that's good. Got a button over there. Fun about this one. That sends the ladder down, so let's get back up. You know what, I've never noticed that before, but that is a really good gameplay thing to have some kind of way of allowing the player to skip climbing sections or jumping sections. It just reduces the frustration from players. Now we pull this lever over here, we'll activate the next part, which will of course let us proceed further, and this will spawn some combine in, which, if you've left the antlines alive, there's a great chance to let the AI have a bit of fighting with each other. But as it stands, I'm taking this one solo. Now we have our final culmination of this puzzle. What's quite nice is you've introduced the puzzle once, you've seen how deadly these laser beams are, and then we get a chance to have a go at it again. And so long as you can see, we've got another element of the puzzle. We have to open this door to enable our barrier to continue on through. And in here we'll find some more things we've seen before, the mirrors and the emitters. And we've got to figure out how we're going to solve this puzzle here. Now, again, it's quite a simple one. Thankfully, that's the gravity gun. Do half the heavy lifting, which of course prevents you from potentially failing by not having enough ammo, or just not having enough of whatever it is you need to destroy the table. Here we have another classic Miigga puzzle. This one is a very... I've died a few times doing this one, and by died I mean I've died internally. For this puzzle we have to sort of move the melon to the very end. Again, the classic melon that Miigga loves so much. Shit. And it works well as a puzzle concept. Again, makes no sense. It's kind of random. It's a lot of fun though, to have this kind of thing in a Half-Life game. Yeah, we did that one. So now we've got this last section to do. Let's go now. Yes, here we go. The melon's gonna make it. Well done, Mr. Melon Man. Is this the final arena just yet? No, we're not quite there yet. This is quite a chunky level, this one. We've had a lot of stuff going on. We've had the tram ride. We've had the antline area. This is a good chunky level. Now, the progression is this route here. And of course, we have to open this door here. You don't know this is the way you're going to go. But for the way this next area is set up, it's not particularly necessary that you do know that's the way you've got to go, as you'll soon see. It's nice classic bright lights that Miigga uses. Love the lighting in these kind of areas, these indoor areas, this blue and yellow kind of hue. It's really nice. Any goodies? No. Now, down here is pain. When we press button, pain will start. And I'm liable to fail this one. It's quite a tight sequence. you'll figure out what's going to happen quite quickly, and I think the player is going to know quite quickly as well what's going on. The lighting, shit. The ladder coming down kind of stops there being any room for doubt. Oh, we're not going to make it this time, are we? No. 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 I mean, I might as well die at this point. Lost too much health with that grenade. So yeah, this little section here, a lot of fun. But it is, yeah, it's a challenge. The really loud sound effects are a great addition to let you know that this has opened up now, which I think is really key, because the player is going to want to know what's happened and what's happening. Let me get by. Let me get up. Let me get up. Oh, we did it. So now we can proceed to the final section of this map, which is a stunning arena. Absolutely stunning. I'm loving these loud sound effects. This particular area, we have a little way to go before we get there. One or two final puzzles before we get there. Little battery puzzle. And the fun part is we need to reuse the battery. So we're given a little view over here, collect the battery from. We can then drag it over. Ah, yeah. Too cocky. Forgot about this part. Shoot that. Grab battery. Bring it over. There we go. Now we remember it. It's a clever little section. A really ingenious section, which I guess for the first time when you're playing it, it's going to take you a little while to think about it. But this is probably like the most natural kind of puzzle you'd have in a place. You know, you have an item that you need to use once, then you need to use again. You have to destroy something in the environment to let you get to the other side of it. A few more puzzles before we reach there. This next one, we press the button and we can see that it moves this trolley over here. And you may remember from the earlier sections of the map, you can blow up these generators with the lights on. Let's get a couple of crossbow bolts. And you can probably guess what this curved tunnel is going to be for. We just need to get something to blow up. Press that. Oh, a barrel. Now I can imagine this has a little fun bit of a logic with it. Stop you spawning new barrels and stuff. Probably the barrel's named where the barrel will explode. And on death, it will kind of unlock the button again, potentially. Guessing that's what it'd be. It could be a math counter as well. A math counter of like 1. But we can move this over now. And then the barrel is kindly ejected for us. And now we can use some of our infinite crossbow bolts to have a bit of fun. Nope. 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 Oh! Beautiful. Now we can count. This is a different colour lighting. Orange. Nice. Melon. Splat. Glass prism. So again, it's often the case with these kind of maps, you've got to just find an object to place in a thing. But the fact is they're all quite different, even though it's kind of a similar puzzle setup. Each puzzle is kind of semi-unique in a way that makes it feel a bit more interesting. And of course, when this one's slotted in, the laser goes blue. This bizarre prism thing. It's kind of a shame that I think this is only used once. I don't remember this being used more than once. And it feels like such a cool idea to have laser beams that you could change. Especially if these are like the killer beams, you could do some fun stuff where you have this prism that goes in and changes them from being deadly to kind lasers. That's how you describe it. Non-deadly lasers, safe lasers, health and safety lasers. And of course now we enter that final arena. This final arena is, without doubt, one of the best arenas I've seen in gaming for a long time. This is very Doom-esque, it's very fun, but it's also, it maximizes the Half-Life elements so well. Just need to remember how it triggers now. Or if it triggers itself. I have a feeling it just triggers itself. Yep, here we go. See you, bro. There's plenty of places for the Combine to spawn. There's plenty of chance for you to bluff your shots. But not only have they got options, you've got options. And that is, I think, the real way of making a good arena. Is that both the enemies have options and you have options. I can choose what range to engage people at. I can choose how to engage people. And I've got plenty of ammo to choose what to engage people with. One of the things that a lot of people do wrong when designing combat arenas for the Combine is they don't give the player enough choices to replenish health and ammo. Because as a player, you don't have a choice. You have to take damage. It's just how much damage you're going to take that's going to change that. This map has the system where these barrels will constantly resupply you. They have a cooldown timer, but that cooldown timer allows the player to move around the arena to re-engage and re-evaluate how the combat is going and the best course of action to take. And it's done incredibly well in this level. It's so well balanced. I can die, and I am likely to die, but at the same time, I've got a pretty good chance of living too if I play my cards right. And a bit like CSGO or other kind of tactical games, it's more about where you're positioned than how well you shoot. If I position myself in good areas of the map, I'll be able to avoid damage where possible by blocking lines of sight, getting myself restocked as fast as I can. Whoa. And of course, Combine that enter the arena are not just immediately going to come at you and kill you immediately. They do give you a bit of time to set yourself up and for them to set themselves up, which is another key part of it. And the fact that the arena is so big gives the Combine the impression that they can be clever with the way they move around the map. Combine are not particularly complicated, as much as people praise Half-Life 2's AI. It's more the way they're scripted in the map that makes them so good. Now the hunters come along. This is the scariest part, surprisingly. Hunters are not usually the biggest threat, but there's a lot of them, and they are in great numbers. A lot of the distances you've got to travel are quite far. This is the kind of point when you wish you had a few more physics props to throw at them to make things a little bit easier. Thank goodness it's just recharged. Good. Come on, give me the goodies. That's what we needed. Some juice. And as you can tell, there are so many of these bad boys right now. As I said before, it's probably the most Doom-esque kind of combat you could have, but it just works well. Like, if you don't let them get on top of you, you can still come out on top of this one. And it feels like a genuine boss battle. That could have been the end there. So we are definitely in need of getting some health now. Let's grab some of that. Let's get out of here. That one's not reloaded yet. see which approach they're going to take. One's going to flank me, you can tell. Nice. Another one down. Now this is the kind of fight that technically gets a lot easier over time, because the hunters obviously are more threatening in groups than they are on their own. Whew. And that's that. That's the last section of this map, and of course, as you see now, we'll head to the ending of it. But yeah, without doubt, just one of my favourite arenas in Half-Life 2. It's a little long. Again, you could say that's probably the only criticism you could throw at it, is that it does feel like it takes a good chunk of time. It's quite a challenging segment. Our final door has opened up, and our lift has arrived. I'm just going to check around some health quickly. I don't need it. Just one of those who likes to get goodies. Give me them goodies. But yeah, this is without doubt one of my favourite arenas in all of gaming. Just really well designed from a I can move around perspective and from the player can move around perspective. And here we are, the end of the level. And it's a freaking sick ending. Beautiful. Proper credit sequence with a very sexy looking design and atmosphere to it. Very Half-Life 2-esque. Very Half-Life 1-esque, I should say. So yeah, thanks for joining. That's it for this one, obviously. Level's just going to play out, and then it'll get to the end. But yeah, thank you for joining. Hopefully you've enjoyed Baryonic Predicament. I definitely recommend you give this a download and give it a try, because it is one of the best examples of just fun combat and fun puzzles in a Half-Life 2 context. It's not, like I say, the most narratively amazing, but that's not what you're playing for. You're playing for the gameplay, and the gameplay here is stellar. So yeah, well done, Miigga. This is an absolutely stellar map pack, whole mod really, let's be honest. And it's well worth your time if you haven't played it. So yeah, do get on, give it a try. Fantastic. Enjoy. That's Wave out, and I'll see people next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe the video. And I'll look forward to doing a few more of these. People enjoy it. So yeah, see you soon. Ciao, guys.